Hello and welcome to Week 10 and welcome to the Rams Live pregame show powered by Little Caesars, the official pizza of your L.A. Rams. I'm JB Long, joined by my friends and colleagues Maurice Jones-Drew and DeMarco Farr. And it's an NFC West elimination game between the Cardinals and the Rams. Of course, L.A.'s favorite opponent, Arizona. What's going on, guys?
Nada, same stuff. Trying to get a win. I like that. Elimination game. That's exactly
what
it is. It does. That's exactly what it is. I think this is a must-win. I can care less what people think. You have to win this football game if you're the Los Angeles Rams.
Yeah, you know what? For me, I took 3 showers this morning to make sure everything was clean. Everything is office.
We didn't need to know.
It's time to go. I'm just telling you, I had to make sure. I got out the first time. I was like, I still feel it. Let's get a clean slate. Let's go out here. Let's get ready to roll. I think the Rams should be excited for this opportunity because it's an opponent that you've had a lot of success against. And you know, the other thing is, you know them, and they know you. So there's not much that, you know, is going to be that's going to come out of the blue to try to trick you.
On this pregame show, we'll get to a lot, including our matchups to watch. We'll check in with the 4th member of our team, Ricky Hollywood, in just a moment. But let's start with the quarterback situation. And let's operate under the assumption that for now it will be the backup, John Wolford, who starts in place of Matthew Stafford, who as of this moment, as far as we know, still in the concussion protocol. MJD, what changes, if anything, in your eyes?
A ton changes. Wolford's a completely different quarterback than Matthew Stafford. He has the ability to be a pocket passer, but he's super athletic. He's uber athletic, to be honest with you. People may not know that. He can run the ball. You can do read option with him. You can do a ton of different things. You can roll him out. I think you go back to what Jared Goff was with the play action pass, the outside zones. He can get out of that pocket and stretch the defense horizontally, and that's what you want to do. You want to get guys kind of backtracking and moving and not being able to just fire downhill on your offense.
It was a couple of years ago, DeMarco, but a similar feel. Arizona Cardinals at SoFi, must-win game at the end of that 2020 season. Wolford got it done.
Absolutely. And Wolford we trust. We know he can run. We know he can make plays with his legs. That's going to open up the playbook a little bit. We've been talking about how do you get the run game going? How do you help out your offensive line that's struggling from guard to guard or tackle to tackle? So extend that out one extra gap. Make the defense, give them something else to think about. Well, John Wolford is the perfect quarterback for that situation. And they also have Bryce Perkins behind him.
So do you expect a package for Bryce?
You know what? I mean, why not? You're 3-5. You have to have a victory. I mean, it's about today, not about tomorrow. So whatever gets you across the finish line first, absolutely. If you have to use 2 quarterbacks, then so be it. Both guys, like we said, are very, very athletic. That's got to be a part of your game plan.
How about a red zone package for the fastest player on your team, Perkins?
Throw everything and the kitchen sink. We're just give it all to them. It's a garage sale. They're going to see everything of our offense. They're going to see Bryce Perkins. I mean, I'd even go wildcat with Cam Akers, who played quarterback in high school. Give him an opportunity to show some of his skill set as well. To me, you have to do everything you can from here on out. You're in the playoffs, right? If it's a must-win, that means we're in playoff mode. And so if that's the case, we have to do everything we can each week to get a victory.
One more follow-up on that. Emotionally, we thought the Rams had kind of bottomed out in that loss last minute against Tom Brady in Tampa Bay. Turns out that when your starting quarterback goes into the concussion protocol, you can go a little bit lower. Emotionally, what's it feel like when your starter is out and you take the field knowing you're going to have to rise to the occasion?
Oh, it's horrible. I mean, look, the onus is on the rest of the guys. It's on the defense in particular. We know this. I will say this. Your culture, this great culture we've been talking about, the Sean McVay era is on life support right now. You have got to get a win to keep that going. And I think a lot of teams face these crossroad games. It may not be as sexy as a 7-1 team going to 8-1, but a 3-5 team going to 4-5 could be huge. It could save everything. So defensively speaking, special teams wise, your starter is not a part of the game plan. So you know, on defense, we have to step it up. Special teams, we have to be letter perfect.
I think your culture is tested in adverse situations. And I don't think an adverse situation is when you have 5 winning seasons. An adverse situation is when you're not playing well offensively, your defense has been on the field a ton, they feel like they shouldn't have got back on the field, then all of a sudden you're like, okay, we should be prepared, and then your quarterback is in concussion protocol. Now we're going to see if it's we, not me. And this is the biggest thing about the we, not me. The we part has to stand up today, right? We meaning everyone, coaches, trainers, equipment guys, cooks, everyone has to be on their best today. Because we have to give our players the best opportunity to perform at the highest level for this game today.
Broadcasters.
That's why I took 3 showers. That's why I took 3 showers. I got to do my best.
I am getting more than a little bit tired of updating the starting arrangement on the Rams offensive line. Here we go again. 9 games, 9 different combinations. Best we can guess, maybe Ty Nsekhe at left tackle, stepping in for Alaric Jackson. Good news is Coleman Shelton is back, and the Rams have been really in dire straits on the interior three. Maybe that makes a difference to Marco.
And Secchi is a large human, isn't he? That is one big man. I mean, absolutely. But, yeah, absolutely. Look, whatever combination you have, the one thing you have to do is give yourself a chance to be successful, which means no pre-snap penalties.
Yes.
Know who to get and how to get them. And then let's see what happens after that. Go play football. But the last thing you want to do is make mistakes even when you're struggling or a struggling offensive line.
Well, the biggest thing is this, too. You don't want to get in those 3rd and longs. That's not going to – I don't care what your offensive line is. It could be all pros. 3rd and long is not beneficial for success. So, to me, it's run the ball, find ways to stay ahead of the chains, throwing short passes, getting the ball out quick. Anything you can do, play action pass to help your offensive line out, you have to do. Again, it's the we, not me. So when you're wide open and you're on a 20-yard gain, catch the ball, right? Or if it's a 5-yard route, catch the ball, try to get up and get positive yards. Don't do too much, because when you start doing too much, bad things happen.
There have been multiple junctures in this calendar year where Sean McVay and the Rams have been really excited about the debut of Kyren Williams, their rookie out of Notre Dame at running back. One was draft weekend. Unfortunately, an offseason injury meant that he was late to the game, late to camp, late to the preseason. They do get him active early in the season, gets hurt on kickoff. So this is really today, I feel like, his NFL debut, at least on offense, right? What do you expect?
Well, it's always tough. Your first game, NFL game, is always tough. And I know he played special teams, but it's different when you have to go into the back. We saw Ronnie Rivers have that debut of being the lead back. It's tough to do. And so for me, Kyren Williams has a skill set to do everything. I think you put him in certain situations that maybe, we can get you a handoff here and there, get you out of the backfield, one-on-one on their linebackers, different things. Put him out there with Cam Akers or Darrell Henderson. You have a 2-back set. Find ways to get him confident and playing well early, right? Because it's all about confidence in the National Football League. When you have success running the ball and you're getting big plays, you'll play better. But it's those plays when you get a negative gain, then it's going to be kind of tough sledding for him. So we'll see how he does. I'm excited to see him, JB. I know he's a Notre Dame guy. I know you're excited. And he's a shorter guy.
But I'm not putting the cape on him, though. I don't expect him to be the savior.
Oh, quite the contrary. Yeah. I think you were looking to maybe Darrell Henderson to kind of become the lead back based off of a couple of runs he popped at Tampa Bay.
Well, I mean, we've watched the same tape the last couple of weeks. I don't care if you've got Walter Payton back there. It's going to be rough to run the football when you can't block people. So that's what I mean. I'm not putting the cape on the kid, but I'm happy he's going to get some reps today because that running back situation needs some help too.
All right, MJD, DeMarco Farr, and JB Long here at SoFi Stadium. It's Week 10, the Arizona Cardinals and the Los Angeles Rams. Sean McVay and the Rams trying to continue their success against this franchise. It's also a salute to service weekend here in Inglewood. Time to send it over to the fourth member of our team. Ricky Hollywood is with us.
Hey, guys, I'm still hung up on the state that MJD must have been in to take 3 showers. So that's,
you don't want to know, Rick.
Yeah, that's been keeping me, busy over here. No, you just said it, JB. It is the Salute to Service game. This week, the Ramley went to the U.S. Vets in Inglewood for a beautification project where they redid a group room for them over there, which was awesome to see. Also, before the game, we are going to have the first ever naturalization ceremony on the field where 15 service members are going to get sworn in as U.S. citizens. So I'm super excited to see that. Also, can Aaron Donald keep his dominance going against the Cardinals? He has 16 sacks in 17 career games against them. So let's hope that he keeps that up as well today. And lastly, penalties may be a factor this week. The Arizona Cardinals have 64 total penalties, the 3rd most in the NFL. And the Rams, they have the fewest in the NFL with 32 total penalties. So let's hope they keep it clean today, and maybe we get a few lucky, calls our way this way as well.
Yeah, Erica, we hear all of that. Thank you very much. Back with MJD and DeMarco Farr. I'm JB Long, counting down to kickoff here. Week 10 against the Arizona Cardinals. And I think flying home from Tampa Bay, we would have said the prevailing narrative this week would have been Jalen Ramsey's comments about the defense being asked to do so much. Of course, Matthew Stafford's situation, I think, detracted some of the attention thematically off of that. But Ramsey stepped to the podium again on Friday and doubled down on those words, and also a vehement defense of his defensive coordinator, Raheem Morris.
Oh, yeah, I just love Jalen Ramsey. But look, think about it this way. When you go back through the history of the NFL, the Steel Curtain, the advent of the Steel Curtain came when I think the Steelers were 1-4 and they lost Bradshaw, and then they pitched like 6 shutouts. And then you go to like Ray Lewis in Baltimore in 2000. They were struggling, quarterback switch. They decided to give up the fewest points in NFL history in 16 games. So I think it's well within this group's bailiwick or their ability to be a lights-out defense. And I would say this, when she mentioned penalties, If I'm hitting today, if I'm Nick Scott, if I'm Jalen Ramsey, if I'm Aaron Donald, when I hit one of their quarterbacks or one of their guys, I would be mad if I didn't get the 15-yard penalty because you're going to have to take the football out of them. That's the type of game you're going to have to play defensively. Based on what he said, now everybody's looking. You're going to have to back that up with physical, violent play today.
Rams' last takeaway was right here in this end zone, their last win. Nick Scott to clinch the victory of the Carolina Panthers. So there is more they can do. But DeMarco's right. I mean, this has elite potential, and their leaders, Aaron Donald at the first level, Bobby Wagner at the second, Jalen Ramsey at the third, they all might be the best player at their position this season.
You know what? It made me smile when you talked about the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
Because you still have a ton ahead of you. And you're right. This is a defensive-led team. And so with all those guys you mentioned, all those stars, what's going to make everyone better or make you guys better is that you find a way like the Baltimore Ravens to win a game where you don't give up points and then you score, right? Good defenses don't give up points. Great defenses find a way to score. So turning the ball over, which we saw Jalen drop a pick in the game, right? We saw other guys not have the opportunity to get the ball. We saw Bobby Wagner jump over the PAT and bat it down, but scoop and score those, right? Because you know your offense is struggling right now. Find a way to put points on the board, and that is asking a lot of a defense. But this defense, as you talked about, they have all-stars. They have the best of the best at each level of the defense. So you should be able to make those plays. And this is the last thing. And I love Jalen Ramsey to a T. When you call people out, remember what everyone looks at.
You.
They look at you.
Absolutely.
And I love that because guess who he has this week? An old foe, D-Hop. What are you going to do? You got to shut down one of the best in the game who's going to get targeted a ton by Colt McCoy or Kyler Murray, whoever's out there. Find a way to shut him down and hold up.
You want to just take that then as your matchup to watch?
That is my matchup to watch. Should we just start to talk about it?
Go ahead.
I mean, go ahead if you want to elaborate.
Well, this is the thing. D-Hop comes back, all of a sudden their offense starts playing a little bit better. Defense has just struggled throughout the last couple of weeks. But you know this. Jalen Ramsey and DeAndre Hopkins go all the way back to Jacksonville, Houston Texans in the same division. And so we know that you're going to be locked up with him 90% of the time, hopefully 100% of the time. Can you limit him to 2 catches, 3 catches, and when those catches happen, that they're tackled right then and there? Or can you be even better and jump one of those balls and take it to the house? If Jalen Ramsey scores a touchdown today, that's going to tell us a lot about what goes on in this game.
Missed interceptions in the last 2 games, right?
Yes.
For the Rams against the Niners and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. DeMarco, you have a matchup to watch?
Oh, yeah. And speaking of teams, I would make them bring everything out. I would let them know that every play is going to end with something physical. Period. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No touchbacks, you're saying, if you're in that game?
You're kicking it right to the one. You're going to have to bring it out and go through our guys. Everything ends in a collision. That's the type of game we're playing. My matchup, Ricky kind of stole it. I was going to talk about AD. Same thing. Look, he's got a wreck shop today. Jalen put it out there. Aaron Donald's got to lead the way. How do you lead the way? Wreck everything they want by shooting up the field. Yeah. It does not matter who's playing quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals. Could be Kyler. Could be Colt McCoy.
Yeah.
Either way, if you have AD 5 yards deep, play dead.
Back me up. Erica, way to steal DeMarco's matchup to watch. Go ahead and double down. Give us something else to keep your eye on here in Week 10.
Yeah, absolutely. And to add on that, Aaron Donald against that offensive line, they're missing 3 starters on that line as well. So hopefully this is something that Aaron can just really eat. I'm also interested in watching Bobby Wagner against containing James Conner or their running game as well, because he's the highest graded interior lineman for PFF this week, going into this week. So excited to watch him as well.
All right, Ricky, thank you very much. I'm going to go with the Rams against the fourth quarter. That's my matchup to watch.
That's a tough matchup now.
Minus 61 points, the margin. Yikes.
Fourth quarter's been kicking their butt.
Yeah.
They need to close one out. Missed a golden opportunity against Tom Brady and the Bucs last week in Tampa. If this one comes down to the fourth quarter, and you would expect that it would and should, given the state of affairs of the Cardinals and the Rams, can they put one in the left-hand column and revitalize their season here for the second half? Ricky, MJD, DeMarco, thank you very much. Looking forward to getting upstairs with you to call this one. That's a wrap on our Rams pregame show, as always, delivered by Little Caesars. Make sure you order Little Caesars online during the Pizza pregame and get it delivered, or you can pick it up in store in the Pizza Portal. 1:25 kickoff on Fox. You can listen to us on 710 ESPN here in the greater Los Angeles area. And for all 3 of us, plus Ricky Hollywood, enjoy your Sunday afternoon, hoping it's a winning one for the Los Angeles Rams as they look to continue their dominance over their division rival, the Arizona Cardinals.